Screenwriter and Oscar winner Matt Damon, one of the stars of the new thriller Contagion. In the film, his wife, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, returns home from a business trip and is stricken with a lethal illness.
What happened? Did you take too much of that pollution?
Hey, honey? Oh, Beth. Hey. No. Stay there, Clark. Don't. Just go up to your room, honey. Honey.
Her eventual death sets the medical community racing to find a cure for a virus that quickly becomes a pandemic. Matt Damon, good morning.
Hey, man.
We've known each other for a while, right?
Yeah, years.
So you know I'm a guy who uses Purell 6-7 times a day, right?
Yes.
Why would you do this to me?
This movie, you're not going to like this movie.
I saw it yesterday. I haven't taken this off since. This is scary stuff.
Yeah, scary because, Steven Soderbergh, who directed it, really wanted to make a completely realistic pandemic movie. He said, rather than ginning up some kind of over-the-top thing, why don't we just go with the most accurate science we can, and that will be the most terrifying.
You're a little like me, by the way. Your wife nicknamed you Red Alert because you're constantly saying what can go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you finish diving into this for 6 months, do you walk away confident or panicked about what could happen?
Good question. I think confident. I would
that we
say
could handle
guardedly
it?
Optimistic. Well, the one big takeaway for us was that all these scientists who work at the CDC and WHO, these are really amazing.
It's like crime solvers.
Yeah, and they're really a competent, capable, just dedicated group of people. And so, Dr. Ian Lipkin, who was the virologist who worked with us, who consulted for us, he's the guy that they'll send samples to when they're trying to figure out. So I feel like there's a great group of minds that really just are kind of constantly vigilant about protecting us. So that's the good part.
Right, but the bad part is that how quickly something can spread. I mean, the movie makes a great deal of travel, and we live in an age where people jump on a plane to go around the world in one day, and along that route, they could spread something like this to countless people.
Sure, yeah. If it was the right kind of thing.
Right, and the movie talks more about that, though. Then it goes into the other area, not only the logistics of the spread of a virus, but the ethics involved. How much information should people have? How much is too much? Who should perhaps benefit from a situation like this? What's the message that you want people to take away?
Well, I think don't panic is a good one. I mean, I think that's the quandary that a lot of these people, when they have this information, are in. Is well, how do we disseminate this information in a way that creates the least amount of panic? Because the panic can be the most dangerous thing. I mean, if you think about anthrax, which killed 2 people and shut down the entire airline industry. So if we can't kind of take a deep breath and count to 10 and kind of make a reasonable assessment of what we need to do, and the media, incidentally, is a big part of that.
Well, I was going to say that there's a slight touch on that in the movie, but I mean, we have covered in real life things like SARS and bird flu. And do you think, because I've often tried to analyze it, that we make too much of these things and scare people too much? Or would we be criticized if we did not prepare people?
Well, that's the thing. You got to strike a balance.
It's like the hurricane that just came.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good example. but you're under pressure to get people to tune in. Fear sells a lot better, and in a real situation like that, I think the media would have to resist the temptation to sell the panic, because that could actually be putting gasoline on the fire.
Yeah, there's no question there's going to be a whole lot of buzz around this. You got some other movies, and what's happening with the Liberace movie?
We're shooting it next summer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so that's Steven Soderbergh also?
That's Steven as well,
who directed this movie. But you've made, 47 movies with him now?
6.
6 movies?
I wish 47.
What is it about him that you work so well with?
He's just, I could talk your ear off about him. I mean, he's a brilliant director. I mean, this movie, he used just 2 lenses. He used a 35 and an 18 for master shots, and then he used the camera's at eye level the entire time. It moves only when characters move. He'll establish a bunch of rules for himself. He's very rigid about form, and he's just kind of doing it at a level that very few people can and never have been able to do it. And so when I'm standing next to him and he's directing, I just learn so much, and I'm always very proud of the movies that we make.
You're also involved, you're shooting another movie right now. I would like to think your hairstyle is an homage to me, but apparently that's more having something to do with the role you're playing?
It is, but it is called The Lauer.
It
you
is,
know that, right?
It's more the Roker than the Lauer. It's a little more Rokerish than Lauer, but that's all right. What's that movie?
It's called Elysium. It's going to be out in 2013, and it's the guy who directed District 9.
Oh, cool, which I liked a lot.
He's a fantastic director.
You have a big day tomorrow. Girls head back to school,
They
or
do.
one heads to school for the first time.
Right.
And the other's back to school.
Yeah.
Is Red Alert going to be there?
Red Alert's going to be there. A lot of drop-offs tomorrow.
Do you really? Do you like that part?
I love it. Yeah, I love the, I mean, here, because it's, walking to school, and I used to walk to school when I was a kid, and I just love that part of it. And just, I don't, particularly the first day, the jitters and
Do they
everything.
have the jitters?
Yeah, well, the 3-year-old.
No idea.
She doesn't know where
what
she's
time
going.
is snack time?
She still doesn't know she's going to school. But we have a 7th grader starting a new school, and and my kindergartner is really excited because she's going back to school and seeing her friends.
Good luck with that, and good luck with Contagion, which opens this coming Friday. Matt
Thanks,
Damon,
man.
always good to see you.
All right, yeah, always.
See you soon. Just